It was a photo finish, but we got the frame longer. And now we're one step closer to having a 4x4 Ranchero. Hey YouTube, it's the next day, sort of. Anyway, what are we working on? Well, we are going to try and extend the frame on the Mazda for the 63 Ranchero 4x4 project. And so yesterday, and a large part of this morning, I fabricated this channel profile. Now, I took a cut on the band saw here so that, you know, I can give you guys an idea of how much material is actually in these corners, because I did weld the inside. A couple of ugly spots in there. I don't care if they're ugly as long as they work. But yeah, so this shows you that these corners are actually pretty well beefed up. The challenge is, of course, the frame itself. We are getting ready to, I'm going to undo these. I've got my jack stands underneath, and we are going to get ready to undo these clamps, let this thing set down on the frame, on these jack stands, and we're going to see if we can roll this half back, get back in here to our, we have the little datum lines that we put in, and we're going to measure until we get back 7.8 inches, which I think, what's that, 7 13/16 of, I think, the closest fractional equivalent on a tape measure, so that's probably what we'll shoot for. It doesn't have to be, you know, if I'm off a few thousandths, I'm all right with that. So then we're going to drag those sections in, mark them, get an idea of how we want to cut them. I'm contemplating whether or not I want to cut a little section out this way. So the new section has a little bit of a tab that goes into the frame a little further. I haven't decided 100% if that's what I want to do, but I kind of do, because it just makes it where if this thing gets a stress fracture at a weld, instead of just having free run all the way straight through, it'll have to go a different direction, and that adds a considerable amount of strength and durability to it. So that's where we're at. And that's what we're doing. So let's get started. right, that's a rough fit right there. We're in a bit of a race. We've got a storm coming in, and I'm trying to get this as far along as I can before I have to close up. But now that I have this one cut and it's close, there's a little bit of cleanup at this end where, you know, I don't have a proper gap. Angles are a little off. This here's a little too gappy, but I can fill that. But now that I have one, I just need to make the mirror image on the other side, which actually no, I'd make the exact same one because this could fit on either side. They're just like that. So that's where we're at. I'm going to see if I can't get the next one made up real quick, and some fine adjustment, tune it up, and then we'll tack it all together, hopefully before it starts to rain on us. So got to keep busy. All right, this is what I'm, there's still a little bit of daylight out there. The rain has not yet come. So this is going to end up being what I call a photo finish. We've got, the frame has been cut, and we've made the funny little notches, and we've beveled, and I've got both sides cut. They're exactly the same length. They've got beveled. I've been shooting for about a 1/16 or less land on the bevel, so we can get really good penetration when we tack this together. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and clamp all this together, get everything exactly dead nats where I need it, make sure everything's exactly the right length, everything fits exactly where I want it. You know, I've bent this face here to line up with the face on the frame. So anyways, it's going to be close, but I'm going to get out here right now, and we're going to start trying to get it all lined up. And you can hear the leaf blower in the background. That's one of my neighbors. He likes to run his leaf blower probably every 2 days. Yeah, so he's got a lot of leaves apparently. So anyway, that's what we're doing. That's where we're at, and we're going to keep moving. sun has set and the ghetto bird has taken flight and is surveying the neighborhood. And we're extended. There's this side. Yeah, well, and the other side looks the same. So I knew it was going to be a photo finish. It's, you know, it's still wintry, so, you know, there's not a lot of daylight hours. But next time I come out to work on this, it's going to be, I'm going to double check, make sure everything's exactly where it, you know, the frame's exactly straight and where it needs to be. My measurements all come out correct so far, but, you know, there's a few other points that I want to measure and make sure it's not twisted or out of line, you know, shift sideways and that kind of stuff. I can correct that now easier than later. So that's it for tonight's video. And, you know, again, if you like it, the thumbs up, subscribe, share it with your friends, leave some comments. I don't know what's happening tomorrow. It's supposed to rain tonight, tomorrow, and all that kind of stuff. And I do know I'm going to try and get this catwalk out of the driveway. That's possible that it might happen tomorrow. I don't know for certain, but that's what I'm shooting for. But, whew, I'm tired. So, until next time, bye.